Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're taking a closer look at the poster designs of Kadir Kubas. We've got this great book here that really helps. And our goal is to, get past just the visuals. We want to understand how his work tackles social issues, makes you think, and even uses a bit of humor.
Yeah, and what's really clear right away is how this book sets up Kubashuk's posters. They're framed not just as nice designs, but as these really direct, impactful statements.
Right.
Where, everyday life meets art, and humor can actually lead to some pretty deep questions. The book itself, it's like part archive, part analysis of his whole approach.
Okay, so let's get into that core idea. The book really stresses that for Kubashuk, design isn't just about visual appeal.
Not at all.
It's actively engaging with social stuff, personal things. Uses typography, color, these smart visual metaphors. They grab you, sure, but they also leave you thinking, maybe even smiling sometimes.
Exactly. It's about starting a conversation, with all the visual noise out there, making you see things a bit differently.
And we definitely see that with his typography. It's way more than just words on a page, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Sometimes the letters almost become the picture, or they replace figures, or just the sheer size and color of the type against the background that's the main event.
Yeah, you see those huge letters on a really vibrant background. It just pulls you right in.
And it feels very intentional. The placement, the composition, it's all very deliberate. It catches the eye instantly.
And then there's this idea of visual hierarchy they talk about. Some posters, boom, one main focus, hits you immediately. But others?
Others are, more layered. They invite you to kind of peel back the layers, maybe read them in different ways. The book calls it a sort of postmodern thing, where the text and the image play off each other, creating these little perceptual games that, force you to actually think about what you're seeing.
And color is obviously doing a lot of work here, too. It's not just decoration.
Definitely not. It works on an emotional level, a semantic level. You see these shifts, maybe warm to cool tones or really strong contrasts. Even just the background color choice, it all feeds into the message. It's serving both the look and the idea behind it.
And the humor we mentioned. It's not just tacked on.
No, the book really highlights that the humor has teeth, It's a tool. It's a way to poke at social norms or consumer culture identity, all through these graphic metaphors.
So a simple shape might suddenly make you think about something much bigger.
Exactly that. It triggers ideas.
What about those, the faceless figures? They pop up quite a bit. The books suggest they're like stand-ins for the anonymous person.
Yeah, which is a really interesting idea. It gives the posters this universal feel. I mean, anyone can kind of project themselves onto that figure.
So it feels more personal, maybe?
Yeah.
Or like a shared thing?
Both, I think. That missing identity lets you connect in your own way, but it also speaks to these broader collective experiences. And, Kubashuk is also just really good at taking familiar things.
Things you see every day.
Yeah, everyday images, and just twisting them slightly, presenting them in a new context.
That recontextualizing thing, it's it makes something familiar suddenly feel a bit strange.
A bit strange, or maybe just makes you hyper aware of it. The book uses terms like estrangement and heightened awareness.
I like that. It really underlines this idea of design as thinking.
And you see that really powerfully with the plastic bottle example they mentioned.
Oh, yeah. The 450 years thing.
That stark number. Just reminding you, a plastic bottle takes 450 years to break down. It's such a direct visual punch about a huge environmental problem.
Super direct. And then there's the Figurine Sahayol poster. Own your idea. That feels like a perfect example of design pushing you towards individual thought and action.
Totally. It embodies that idea of agency, and even something simple like the Corelli Defter poster, the squared notebook one.
Yeah.
You can just imagine how his visual style elevates that ordinary object, makes you look twice at something you wouldn't normally think about.
So pulling it all together, this book really paints a picture of Kubashuk's work as, more than just graphics. It's like an intellectual platform within contemporary art.
Yeah, the posters make a lasting impression because the communication is so direct, sometimes even provocative.
And the way text and image work together.
It's seamless. The book really points out that harmony across all the different themes he tackles. It shows off his skill, technically and conceptually.
So the book isn't just showing his work, it's kind of arguing for a certain view of design.
Exactly. It's presented almost like a manifesto for visual thinking. A reminder that graphic design isn't just a job, it's an attitude. It's a way of engaging with the world.
Okay, so to sum up then, Kubashuk's posters really show how graphic design can do more than just look good. It can wrestle with ideas, use visual language in really fresh ways.
And ultimately, yeah, it invites us, encourages us to think a bit more critically about everything around us.
Which leads to a good final thought for you listening.
Yeah.
Think about all the visual messages you encounter every day. Billboards, ads, websites.
How are they designed to maybe nudge your thoughts or actions? And knowing a bit about Kubushek's approach, how might that change the way you kind of read those messages from now on?